What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about how to build muscle mass while still training like a hybrid athlete. We're mixing strength training, you're mixing conditioning and running into one program. In the next 10 minutes, we're going to cover everything that you should be doing to build muscle mass while training like a hybrid athlete. Now, before we hop into the workout today, guys, we have some awesome Black Friday deals coming up here that we're going to be running in the month of November for our apparel line, for our supplement line. So we're going to talk about supplements later in the video, and I'll talk about some of the FitGrind supplements that I would recommend. But if you are interested in supporting my brand, supporting my supplement line, supporting the apparel line, we're doing an awesome sale the month of November where we're going to be doing 20% off subscriptions on supplements, and then you'll get that subscription discount for life. So as long as you have that subscription, you're going to get 20% off every single month. If you're interested in checking it out and supporting it, head over to fitgrindformula.com. I'll leave the link in the comments and description below. Check it out. I promise you won't be disappointed in any of the supplements that you try out. We have a protein powder, we have a greens, and we have an electrolyte. So thank you guys for the support. Let's hop into the video. The first thing that I want to start off with off the bat is the stimulus that you need to provide. And I categorize this as the stimulus, but what this means is when you come into the gym, when you have a workout, there needs to be purpose, there needs to be intensity, and that workout needs to be accomplishing something. We'll talk about nutrition, we'll talk about supplementation, we'll talk about recovery, but the first principle that you need to nail down when you're trying to build muscle is creating the stimulus in the gym. So when you're coming in for your workouts, you can't just do the same exercises, the same reps, the same sets, every single workout and expect to make progress. You have to consistently look for ways that you can place a little bit more stimulus on your muscle. When you're going on runs, it can't be the same exact pace, it can't be the same exact distance, it can't be the same run, the same route every single workout. Otherwise, you're not going to make any progress. And there are awesome health benefits to strength training and just maintaining your fitness. But if your sole goal is to build muscle mass, if your sole goal is to train hybrid and actually build significant amount of muscle mass, you have to place the stimulus. This can be accomplished in a lot of different ways. Let's talk about strength training first. And if you're trying to place a stimulus on your muscles through strength training, one of the most common ways that you can do that is through progressive overload. So you're trying to add 5 pounds here, you're trying to add a couple reps there. If you can do 200 pounds on a bench press and you get that for 3 sets of 10, next time you're going to come in and try and do 205 pounds for 3 sets of 10. And then say you get 8, 8, 8, you're going to go 9, 9, 9, 10, 10, 10, and then 210 pounds, and so on and so forth. There has to be progression. Otherwise, your muscles have no reason to change. We have to go into the gym, and we have to have that mentality that I'm going to put effort in today. I'm going to place the stimulus on my muscles and force them to grow. You can use the addition of volume. That's another great way that you can place a stimulus on your muscles. So instead of doing 3 sets on a certain exercise, maybe you're going to do 4 sets. Or instead of doing 3 exercises for your legs, you're going to add a 4th exercise for your leg. The sky's really the limit here. Obviously, we don't want to be doing crazy long 2-hour strength training workouts because there is a point of diminishing returns. But adding some volume here and there is a great way that you can do that. And another great way that you can increase the stimulus is by adding frequency. So say, for example, that you are currently training everything once a week. By training everything twice per week, you're going to add some frequency, you're going to add some volume, you're going to place a stimulus, and that's going to help you build muscle mass. As long as some of the other things that we're going to talk about later are checked off the box, you're taking care of your nutrition and your recovery, as long as you're placing that stimulus and everything else is in place, you're going to build muscle mass, even training in this hybrid style. The second piece I want to talk about is kind of building off of tip number 1 is your overall program structure. And the main emphasis here is that you need to continue to create a program that's going to continue to place stimulus. And you're not going to be able to add 5 pounds on every single exercise every single week indefinitely. If that was the case, you'd have guys lifting 5,000 pounds on exercises. So there is going to be a point where maybe this progress starts to slow down. You have to look for other ways to consistently place that stimulus, but set up your program structure in a way that makes sense. So if your current goal is to build strength and build mass, the strength training has to take the priority. So for example, for my program right now, it is my current goal over the next 6 months to build strength, build mass, and trying to continue on the progress that I've made. So I know that overall, that is my main goal. I'm going to bring my running volume down. I'm still going to do conditioning. I'm still going to run, and I still believe in training hybrid. But if that is the main goal, building strength and building mass, then you need to realize that that is the main focus. That's the main emphasis of your program. Structure everything around that. If there's days where you're lifting and running in the same day, you want to make sure that you're properly fueling, and we'll talk about that later. But just structure your program in a way that makes sense. Like I said earlier, I would recommend that you train everything twice per week. If you're lifting 4, 5, 6 days, programs like a push-pull legs, upper, lower splits are going to be really good. 5 or 6 days, you could even get into programs where you're doing chest, back, shoulders, arms, legs. But the main thing is I would try and train everything twice per week. And with your running volume, what I would do is bring it down a little bit. You're going to want to run 10, 15, maybe a maximum of 20 miles per week. The more running volume that we do, it's going to take a lot of emphasis away from the strength training. You're not going to be able to come in and be as intense. And also the calorie burn is just going to be higher from running all those extra miles. So pull the running volume back a little bit. This is not your excuse to slack. I would still at least have 2 to 3 conditioning workouts. So maybe you like to bike or swim or whatever that looks like. You can also incorporate that into your training, but just at least have 2 conditioning days within your program. At least maintain 2. If you guys have questions about program structure, let me know. I'd love to help out any way that I can. I own this gym here in Nebraska where I do personal training and small group training and nutrition coaching, but I do also offer online training for people that are not local. So if that's something you're interested in, I have some links down in the description where you can fill out a form and we can set up some time to chat more about your goals, where we can also do custom training programs as well. Next, let's talk about nutrition. And this is something that's going to take a lot of playing around with and is so unique and so different for everybody. But the main tip here is, again, if your main goal is to build muscle, build strength, and build mass, you need to be in a caloric surplus. Now, I would recommend anywhere from 250 to 500 calories surplus every single day. And throughout this process, training hybrid, you're going to be doing lots of volume, you're going to be doing lots of workouts. So the amount of fat gain that you're going to gain is not going to be crazy high. But if your main goal is to build strength and build mass, be realistic and understand that you will put on body fat in the process. That's okay. That's something that you can chip away with in a different phase, or maybe you're trying to prep for a race or trying to do a cut where you're trying to lose body fat. But the main thing is you need to at least be 250 to 500 calories surplus every single day to build mass effectively. The other thing is the protein. So making sure that you are getting at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, eating things like lean meats, eggs, Greek yogurts, cottage cheese, protein shakes, protein bars, protein powders, structuring your diet around all those sources, and every single meal and every single snack you have a protein source to make sure that you can get your body weight in protein every day to recover. And then the other piece of the equation is making sure that you're also getting plenty of carbohydrates. So I'd recommend at least 50% of your calories coming from carbohydrates. Now, I'm not saying donuts and cookies and Twinkies and stuff like that. Still have good quality carbohydrate sources, things like potatoes, rice, pasta, whole grain breads, fruit are going to be really great options to fuel your workout so you can come in, be intense, overload, and really see the progress that you want to see. Now, the next 2 things are going to be more on the recovery side. But my 4th tip, we're going to look at these supplements. Now, like I said, full disclosure here, I do own a supplement line. And I'm going to talk about some of the supplements that we offer and why we offer them and what are really the benefits. But there are some other supplements that we don't currently carry on our line that I do recommend. We actually just recorded a podcast last week where we talk about the best supplements for hybrid athletes. So if you're interested in learning more after you're done watching this video, definitely go check that out. The podcast is on my channel. The first one that I would recommend is taking an electrolyte powder. Our brand of FitGrind, we have a pink Starburst electrolyte where that is going to help you replace the electrolytes that we lose through hard workouts and through sweat. In training a hybrid style, this is a must. Not only are electrolytes going to help improve your performance, they're going to help enhance your recovery. They're going to reduce your chance of muscle cramps and fatigue. And if you've ever gone on a long run or you've ever done a really hard workout and you get that flu-like symptom after the workout, that is a sign of dehydration, and that's exactly where electrolytes come into play. So if you're looking for a great electrolyte, definitely check out our pink Starburst FitGrind electrolyte. It gives you 500 milligrams of sodium, 400 milligrams of potassium, and 40 milligrams of magnesium. It's not just salt, it's the combination of all 3 of those electrolytes that you need to replenish. Using a good protein powder as an extension of your diet is going to help you reach your total protein goals. It's going to make that a lot easier, and it's going to help enhance recovery and help you build muscle mass. Because if you are inadequate in protein, it's going to be really hard to build muscle mass. So using that as an extension of your diet, our protein comes in a chocolate delight flavor. It has 7 ingredients, 24 grams of protein, and 0 grams of added sugar. Very high quality protein. If you're looking to try out a new great protein powder, head over to fitgrindformula.com and check out our whey protein powder. And the third one of our supplements in our supplement line is our greens powder. And this is our latest release. And people ask me, why would I want to take a greens powder? And quite simply, what I say is, do you eat 5 servings of leafy green vegetables every single day? 99% of people are going to say that no, I do not. And that's exactly what our greens powder gives you, is more than 5 servings of those leafy green vegetables that we need for our health. And if you're training in this hybrid style, health is probably at the forefront of your goals. It's probably your number one goal, or should be. And we want to make sure that we're covering our bases. That's exactly what our greens powder does. Has probiotics, has digestive enzymes, also tastes great. So that's something that when we created this product, we wanted to make sure that it doesn't taste like junk, like you have to plug your nose to get it down. It's a mixed berry flavor, mixes really well, and it tastes awesome. Those are the 3 of our supplements that we carry. Other supplements that you can use as a hybrid athlete include things like gels or carbohydrate powders before, during, or around your workouts. We talked about that on the podcast last week. Another supplement that I would use is a creatine powder. So making sure that you get 5 grams of creatine every single day. I would just make sure that you check your pre-workout, because you may already be getting the amount of creatine that you need from your pre-workout supplement. So 5 grams a day, there's no need to load it. Just be consistent with that. The other one is a pre-workout supplement. I love taking pre-workouts. It helps you get the mind right and just get in the mood to come in and work out and really work hard. And it's one of those things, like a checklist item, that you drink your pre-workout, you change your clothes, you get your warm-up in, and you go get some shit done. And that's why I really like taking pre-workout, because it is one of those checklist items for me. You just want to make sure that you're finding something that is actually improving your performance. It is not just a stimulant bomb that makes you feel like you can lift a truck for 10 minutes and then you crash. And then building off of supplements, my 5th tip is the recovery aspect. Training like a hybrid athlete, you're putting a lot of stimulus on your body, you're overloading constantly, and you need to make sure that you're recovering. Now, you have to get at least 7 hours of sleep every single night. If you can get 8, great, but I would try to shoot for at least 7. And this is something that I typically slack on, but recently I've been trying to be better at. My first training session in the morning starts at 5 a.m. So I'm usually up very early, and I have young kids. So it's hard to get to bed early, but it's something that I've really been trying to prioritize lately, and I've noticed a huge difference. So 7 hours sleep a night. If you can get 8, great. And then another tip on recovery that I can add is make sure that you are foam rolling, that you're stretching, that you're doing mobility work, because as you start to build muscle, we start to get a little more stiff. If things tighten up, it's just going to cause problems down the road. So one recommendation that I can give you is, once you're done with your workout, just take 5 or 10 minutes and do a couple stretches for the muscle group that you just hit. It's going to take 5-10 minutes. It's going to be super easy, but it's something that's going to be preventative down the road. It's going to help you maintain good mobility, and it can save you from getting injured down the road because we get stiff or we get tight or we lose mobility, to where that's going to cause some issues. We get hurt, we can't come in and train, and we can't make progress. So recovery, just make sure that you're sleeping, and then you're taking 5 or 10 minutes after the workout and go through some stretches. This is everything that you need to be doing to build muscle mass while training like a hybrid athlete. Like I said, if you guys have any questions on anything we covered today, I'd love to help out any way that I can. Just let me know in the comment section below. And if you guys are interested in checking out our supplement line, like I said, we have awesome deals going on this month. You can lock in a 20% off discount on any of the supplements for life. It's not just a one-time discount. You can get 20% off every single month. So head over to FitGrindFormula.com. Check out our supplement line. I promise you, you're going to love any of the products that you try out. I'm going to leave some videos for you guys to watch on the screen here next. Make sure you check these out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.